is there ever a possibility where the alert shows up in the alert logs in TradingView, but that the actual signal doesn't get sent to TradersPost?
Yeah.
Now, it's rare, but it is possible to occur. And this is just to reiterate the idea that you're in this chain, right? You're in the signal chain, and every single point that happens could be a point of failure. And so it's one of those things you have to diagnose sometimes.
Yeah. And I think it's also one of those things where there are other nuanced possibilities as to why that happens, right? We mentioned this earlier at the beginning of the episode here, where sometimes the alert that you're running might not have been edited properly. So you might have a live alert that didn't have the webhook URL applied to it. You saw it show up on the chart, then you changed it to include the webhook URL, and you're waiting for the next alert at that point. So it's kind of hard to tell sometimes whether the webhook URL was actually attached to that alert, because the alert log on TradingView doesn't give you much detail. It just kind of shows you the contextual information about what fired. So in order to really determine, was there a webhook URL tied to this, and was that webhook URL delivered, you have to reach out to TradingView with that alert at that particular time and have their development team hunt it down to confirm that it actually went through the way you expected. And then to John's point, maybe it gets all clustered together with a bunch of other webhooks, and then it goes out an hour after you expect, or 15 minutes after you expected, which is obviously an unfortunate byproduct of such a large system with millions of people on it.
Another reason. Sorry, go ahead.
We've actually submitted that as a feature request to TradingView as well, to expose the webhook sending logs as a part of the alert log, so that you can see, did it actually trigger? Did TradingView have an issue? Was the webhook sending delayed relative to the alert log? All that kind of stuff.
Right.
This has been another reason why, I've moved towards a higher time frame trading, because you end up with more of those situations on the lower end, where I find that if I'm trading the daily, like I could tell when it should have fired or something like that, and I could always check that, and I'm like, oh, I missed the trade by 5 seconds or whatever.
It's more forgiving. Like, you have more, if stuff goes wrong, or if it's delayed by a couple seconds, you have enough meat on the bone to kind of feed everyone. You feed yourself, you feed the exchange and the broker with their commissions and fees, and you're able to afford the cost of the slippage for the trade.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I think of people who on the Tesla's moved up 70% in or whatever 80% in 70 days, and I think about the person who was who scalped 3 green days or whatever, and you're like, oh my god, if you just held it, you would have been so much better off.